Good morning. It's October 2nd, and I guess I'm gonna do a chore video as per request from one person. Crazy. Birds are crazy. Do a chore video. They're getting older, the little ones. Nothing is, I'm gonna just go ahead and say this, nothing is as efficient as I want it right now. We don't have my building up. The building for the chickens isn't up. The chickens are in a crowded space right now, and I know it's crowded, and I don't like that either. But for right now, we're gonna probably work on getting the building up next weekend. It's gonna rain this week some, and that gives me time to get the fencing done around the run. We've had such bad hawk problems around here that needs to be moved up anyways, but the fencing can get done, and then the building can be done once the fencing is up, kind of, and then I'll just leave like very few things to do afterwards. But let's do a chore video. When in doubt, scrape the bottom of your feed bucket. I'm only using 2 or 3 scoops of this, so probably the rest of this, and then I have more feed saved. So the way that I do my feed is we mix 50 pounds of scratch and 50 pounds of layer feed. Do more. Pretty sure is what both of them are. No, not with my scratch. The scratch is not do more. But I mix the 2 of those, and that is the 50 pounds. So that's 100 pounds, and that usually lasts me. Sorry for the noise. That usually lasts me about a week. It's been lasting a little bit longer because I've been doing some other things, not feeding them as much, and they're molting, so I've been giving them chick food. Let me give them some food. They're screaming at me. Hey. And I just throw it on the ground because it's easier, and also that feeder is for chick food because I have ducks and some smaller chicks in here that have not laid. And then I have a little guy right there. But let me go get another of this. I'm gonna do the rest of the feed in here, probably 2 or 3. It's gonna probably end up being another scoop and a half that I do in here because I have so many, and then I'll pick up from there. I lied. I'm gonna do this one. So I have. Do I know how many chickens are in here? No. I don't, but a lot of them are molting, so they're actually not even eating the layer feed. They're waiting for me to put the chick food into the feeder, which is and isn't good, but it's what we have. I know, it's not chick food yet. Not chick food. But I'm giving the chick food because I have little ones. And because I have the little ones, it is more important for them to get what they need than for me to be giving a layer feed. So, with that, I usually do 2 scoops of feed for my adults, and that did about 20 birds, but I would also do more, of course, but then they'd get they get so many things, like when we do fridge clean out or garden scraps, everything. In the winter, I will up it to 3 or even 4, depending on like weather and different things. If it's cold, then I'll give more. I don't think they necessarily need it, but I'd give them more because I just want them to be able to stay warm and regulate body temperature and not to get too cold. And I do think that helps a little bit, but I don't know. Okay, so I lied. I'm not putting the full, what was left in there. I did 2 absolutely heaping scoops, and then I'm doing, I stopped moving, a scoop like that. I don't know what size this is. It's a 3-quart scoop. Okay. Still have the tag on it. I got it 3 years ago. That's whatever that is, though. But, yeah. And I actually, since there's so many in here, I do watch the waters first. Chill. Chill. Okay. You gotta move out of the way. You're in my way. I do watch out for waters first. Since I have... Chill. I do make sure the water is filled up before I do the feed, because I have 4 ducks in there, and ducks actually need the water to digest their food, or it sits in their crop. And if they continue eating, and they don't have the feed, I don't know why I put my feed scoop down, and they don't have the feed, or they don't have the water, then when they do get water, it'll expand too much in their crop and it could actually choke them. That's something new that I learned. I don't like the idea of that though. So I always make sure waters are filled up first, and I've done that with them anyways because they're ducks. Okay, for my ducks, this looks very similar to the layer feed, but it's actually duck food mixed in with, well, scratch mixed in with duck food, and because the scratch is good for them all, it's a little bit smaller and also has more niacin, which ducks need. Now, before I put this in, let me tell you what someone at Tractor Supply told me. If this is true, I don't know, but I do trust the guy, so I'm going with truth over not being true, obviously. But he told me that ducks can eat chicken food, not the best thing for them. They can eat chicken food though. They can have the scratch, they can have all that. Ducks can also eat duck food because they need the niacin. But chickens cannot eat duck food because there's niacin in it, or more niacin in it, or maybe just the niacin in general. Because of the niacin that's in it, chickens apparently don't handle niacin very well. I don't know the full dynamic of it, but they actually, the niacin will actually make them go insane. That's what he told me. It will cause neurological problems. I trust him. It's also not something that I want to find out the hard way, so I would rather stay on the safe side and feed them separately. We were going to join the flocks, the ducks and the chickens, but I'm not going to do that. We figured that out even before he said anything. So that kind of just concreted it, I guess. But let me show you guys what I do with the ducks. We got another duck egg. We only have one laying, and it's one of the pecans. But that water needs to be done, but that's going to be later in the chore video. So again, I use about this much. I don't open up the feeder and put it inside. I just... Sorry, gotta switch hands. I just pour it around the side, and I'll probably give them more. So I will probably give them more, but right now they don't. That's fine. I'll give them more when I'm filling up their water. Let me get these turkeys done because they're being really loud. I was giving my young turkeys, the 4 of them, this in the beginning. And it worked for them this much. But now I'm giving the 2 adult this much, and this is actually, I think this is just more, this is more than they need, but they'll eat on it throughout the entire day. This area is not the cleanest. There are 2 big turkeys in here. The area is plenty big for them, and not plenty big, not as much space as I would like to give them, but it is big enough for right this second. But that's their pail. And I just pour it in. And they eat on it throughout the entire day. They have water over there. I'm going to redo their water in a minute. The dust from that. I inhaled some of that. That was not fun. My eyes are watering. Whoa. But I throw that in, well, I put that into their feeder, and that actually works for, they probably run out 2 or 3. I don't give them any more. They grew slower than other people's turkeys, but that was because we didn't put them into a bigger space like that because they were too little and they could fit through. But obviously next year I'm going to make sure everything's more secure and they can get through, or they can't get through. And we're actually going to be getting like maybe 10 to 12 turkeys next year and try and do what we can with them. I'm not entirely sure yet, but yeah. There's still more to this video, so don't leave yet. Trying to think what I have to do. The 2 chicks area. Yes. I do this every day, and you'd think that I would know what I have to do. I still have to think about it, but sometimes it changes, depending on what needs to be done first, or, yeah, first. But waters, for me, I never do first, unless it is the water with my ducks, because that is most important. I might have to put you guys down for this, but I don't want to. But, come on, focus on my face. Focus on my face, thank you. Not focusing. Okay. But, the duck water comes first before I feed any of my ducks. And the other ducks have their water and their pool, which not the cleanest water in either place because they're ducks. But it will work for just getting the food digested. But yeah, that's how I do that. I'm gonna have to, well, let me show you what I do first. This is how much feed. I'm teasing them at this point, I'm sorry. This is how much feed I use for, well, let me show you. Let me put you guys up here for a second. I don't have anything behind it. Right up. Okay, y'all are gonna get... So, that much feed gets used for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 birds. And they eat on that throughout the whole day. There was grass in here the other day. They ate it all, so that's chickens for you. But this is the Diana, Fiona group that I showed earlier. Can't remember all the names. What? What? They're really friendly, y'all. Some of them. Some of them are friendlier than others, of course. Sorry, I'm trying to do all of this one-handed. Usually more efficient. I'm usually more efficient than this. Let me see if they need feed. Do you guys need feed? No, they do not. They do not need feed. Today, there's only 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. That doesn't seem right. There's only 8. That is right. There's 8 chicks in there, so I fill up a 3-pound feeder and they eat on that. I think they've been eating on that same one, not the same one. I have added some for probably, I think they could probably go 5 days with it full, but they're growing, so that's changing. Now I'm going back into the first area that I did the dog pen. I call it my dog coop, obviously. Don't know why, but that's what I do. I'm going back in there with a full scoop of feed. I'll probably do this 2 or 3 times. Again, I'm almost out of this as well, so it actually will probably be the entire thing because of the amount of birds that I have in here. But this goes in the feeder. Excuse me. This goes in the feeder, and they'll eat on this. I think I filled this entire feeder up yesterday. Maybe not. I don't know if I did or not. Don't think so. Maybe not full. No, I did not do full because I had to clean it out. But they'll eat on this for... You're in my way. You're in the way of it spinning. Jeez. They will eat on this throughout the day, and I don't think we have another bag of chick feed. I don't know. We live like a minute from Tractor Supply. I could walk there and I could be there in 5-10 minutes, depending on walking speed and all that, but obviously. But let me go ahead and get this last thing of feed and fill this feeder up. Gonna have to go back and get another scoop, but I just filled I think it's a 5-pound feeder, not all the way. I think I probably put 3 or 4 pounds in that, and that'll last them however long. When there weren't as many in there, it was not going as quickly, obviously. But I could let that sit in there for 2-3 days even. But with as many as I have in here right now, you gotta back up, Swirl. As many as I have in here, it's not like that. My adults are molting or trying to go through a molt, so they are, of course, eating all of this chick food and not letting the chicks really get it, but I know they are getting it because it's gone. All the feed that I put in here yesterday is gone. Hello, Oreo. It's gone. Let me show you guys. Hey. Hello, Oreo. Tiny. That's Carbon. That's Tiny. That's Miss Hawaii. 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 Look at me. Look at me. Hawaii. Little booger. Okay, that bucket, I'm sure people are wondering, it is full of rainwater. There's a hole in the top of this tarp and it's right underneath of it. And I actually had a trench dug right there. They covered it in because chickens are crazy and like everything flat. Don't bite me. They've been drinking it. It's not bad for them to drink. The bucket was clean to begin with. Just rainwater and maybe some leaves. I am going to dump it out though because it does not need to be sitting here. And yeah. But it is full of rainwater. It is good water. They've been drinking it, so it just adds a little bit more water to this area. To my girls. Gotta photobomb everything, don't you? So, yeah. As you can see, those are actually my younger ones. They're integrating really nice, for the most part. The ones that I moved over here because they kept escaping, well, my sister moved up here, are doing there. And these guys, those are the babies, and they'll actually do that. I had this in here before, and I would fill it up for my meat birds, but the adults that I had, and they did perfect. My ducks are actually over there. There's 4 of them. You can see all 4 of them there. 2 black cayuga and 2 blue Swedish. Do not know if they're male or female yet. We should be able to tell soon. I don't know how old they are though. But yeah. Oh, and let me show you guys that. Let me put the speed scoop out. I have 2. This is all my birds in here, kind of, except for my 5 ducks in the other area. But this is everything without showing you my feet. I am wearing flip-flops, so don't go in here barefoot because, yeah. These are my birds. Oh, and then I also have the chicks. So not all of them, but yeah. This is black Australorp. This is still from the rooster. They were molting and feathers are starting to come back in, but it is taking a while. I hope they're back before we get any snow, and they should be by looking at it. Oreo, stop. She's such a ridiculous Oreo. You need to be in everything, don't you? Everything. Everything. Ow. You saw that, right? She bit me. I don't mind. But I actually locked the ducks up at night because if you guys remember, it's a couple videos ago, more than a couple, I had the black cayugas and the blue Swedish in here before, and I actually lost a black cayuga. So they've been staying in that at night, which I'm actually probably going to end up taking that out because I don't think they need it. But it is nice for them to have that separation, I think. Maybe not. But it's completely fine. And they're only in there at night. I put them up right before it gets dark. And then I let them out either a little bit before sunrise, at sunrise, or a little bit after. And you can actually see her iridescence coming in. But this video is already long, but that's okay. Excuse me. This is where they lay, and they've been eating the eggs, apparently. It's not fun, but it is what it is. At this point, I'll put one in there. Chickens actually hate mustard, so what I'll probably do is put, crack one, eat it, don't eat it, I don't know. Not really feeling an egg right now, but maybe that's what I'll do. Make some scrambled eggs or something and put the shell, fill the shell with mustard and let them eat that. They won't touch it anymore. That's what I've read. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But let me go get the rest of this feed, fill up that feeder, and then show you guys my waters. So let me talk about waters for a minute. Just for a second. I know most people probably don't want to hear this. But if you do, or if you're looking for new water, I live in a place that it does freeze in the winter. We get frost every day during the winter. Once it starts, it really doesn't stop. This water, I don't like for the frost. It's okay, not the best. I have another one down there. It's just what we bought first, so I'm not going to let them go to waste. They were not expensive, but they were quite expensive for a water. This one is better for winter, in my opinion, and then I use these for the chicks. I have two of these, and then two of the other ones. This one's actually for my ducks, the big group, chicks, and turkeys. But that's what I did. The turkeys actually used this one until the other day when I moved them. So, yeah. But that's my water. That's my water preference. What are your water preferences? Leave them in the comments. Leave anything in the comments. I don't care. These waters work. But let me get them done, and I will show you the finished. I don't want to get my phone wet, and I don't want it recording forever, because I do have to upload this today. But let me go ahead and get all these waters done, and then I'll show you guys the end, and then I'll put them back, and then we'll do this duck pool, which you guys have already seen the duck pool once, but I'm still going to clean it out. I'll show the before, during, and after of that. And we've had, yesterday was the first time that I caught one of the ducks mating. Well, two of them, not one. Two of the ducks mating. So, that was pretty interesting. We are getting eggs. They are fertile. I checked that the first day, and yeah. I'm not hatching out anything right now, because hatching something out right now, it's October 2nd. I'll put it, October 30th is when they're hatching out, and then it takes about 5 weeks for them to be fully feathered. So, that would be like the end of November. And I do believe that we're going to get a frost before that, so I'm not taking my chances with that. But in the spring, I'm definitely hatching them out, and I hope that I have one or two ducks that go broody, and I will let her do it. I am going to get my ratio right with males to females. I have 2 males that I know of right now, and then I have one more that I suspect, and then maybe another one. But I think we're probably going to end up with 3 males, and then I'm going to balance everything out with females. I'm going to make sure we have females to cover them, so there's no overbreeding. I know it could happen. I know it most likely is going to happen. I also have a separation pin if I need to, and I can separate a drake out with different hens if that's what has to happen. But enough on that. Let me get these waters done, and I'll come back after. So my last one's filling up. I'm going to let it go a little bit longer because, oh, wait a second. These I fill up all halfway because I only have 5 ducks drinking out of it, wasting water, and then I only have chicks drinking out of that, so there's not really a need. Let me... Okay, let me go turn. with you guys. I only fill up those. I don't fill all of them up all the way, except for the one that I have a lot in, but they've been drinking out of the bucket, so it hasn't been a problem. But yeah. Now time for me to get the waters back into their own, back into the places that need to go into. I try to stick with the same waters, with the same groups, because, I don't know, I'm kind of weird about that, but I try to make sure the waters go back to the same groups, and they have been, except for sometimes if I accidentally mistake them, or something like that. But these guys are doing awesome. You guys are going to get a good view from right there of me not really putting anything in. But this is going into my garden coop. And by garden coop, I just mean my coop that's next to my garden. Again, probably, well, yeah. I'll be ripping my garden out probably soon, probably today. Half of it today, and waiting for some other things, and then go ahead and plant my fall crops. Fall/winter crops, which is just like the lettuce, broccoli, cauliflower, not cauliflower, I didn't get cauliflower, cabbage, and just some other things. Yeah, let me finish getting these waters in, and I will check back in with you when we're doing the ducks. Putting the last water into my big area right now. But yeah, so that is like my actual water. Oh my god, guys, look. That's our baby. Oh, I don't want to go in there, but I do need to get this water in here. She actually hasn't been taking care of it as much. I mean, she's already laying again, but since they moved into this pen, she's been taking care of it more and more and letting it sleep with her again and all of that, which is amazing for me to see. I love seeing it. But it's those special moments like that. But let me show you guys my duck pool, clean it out, and let me clean it out while you guys are on pause. I don't want water getting all over it, and there's really nowhere for me to put it up at. But yeah, that's what it looks like. And I actually do have stuff for this, pelletized bedding, but I need to, it's gonna rain again today, so I don't necessarily want to use it all right now. But yeah, and I know there's a duck egg right there, in case someone pointed out, and I also know there's one back there. Let me clean this out, but this is the before. Just finished, I gotta go get my hose, and then I'll show you guys filling up. Got my hose, and I washed my hands. But yeah, let me show you guys this pool. Yeah. Hello! What you doing? What? What up? And I'll actually be continuing this all winter long. Everything. The pool's actually going to be in the dog pen, the dog coop, as I call it, that is where it will be all winter long. This pool maybe too, I'm not entirely sure. I want to show you guys once the water gets a little bit deeper. I just don't know if it's going to cut me off or anything, and I don't want it to. But, oh, might be seeing some action beforehand. You gotta wait till the water gets a little bit deeper. That one who's biting her head and trying to get on top of her, his name's Quack Sparrow. The other one is Chocolate Chip. The female he's trying to get on, the white one, is Salt. The Rowan right there, her name is Pepper. So Salt, Pepper, and Quack Sparrow are a mated trio. chocolate chip is with Lil G, who is digging in the dirt currently. But yeah, they are a mated. The 4 of them are a mated, as you can see. She has not started laying yet. I know one of the pecans are. I don't know which one it is, but I know one of them is. And that mating between those two was successful. So it's always good. But I'm going to finish letting this fill up. I'm going to go ahead and end the video. They're so happy when they get the water like this. But well, my dream for them is to eventually have a pond or a creek, not where I'm at now. Whenever we get land, I don't know when that's going to be, but that is my plan, is for them to have a pond or a creek that they can swim in all day long. They can do whatever. I'll lock them up at night, of course. My plan for if we have a pond is to somehow anchor something in like the middle of the pond for them to stay like just in the center of the pond. That would be easy, protected, maybe. But I couldn't be, good lord, I wouldn't be able to get to it except for like a boat or something. Don't necessarily want to do that, but that is my plan for them. And then have a coop on land, of course. So yeah, that's just what I want to do for them. If it's just a creek, then I'll just have like a coop down by the creek that they can get into, of course out of like floodwater range. But they're nice. They're a little skittish of me, but that's fine. I would like for one of them to go broody. I don't know if they will. I've heard Rowans go broody. I've heard black cayugas do too. Sorry, I hear something back there. But I'm hoping either the Rowan or the black cayugas go broody in the spring, and we get some little ducklings. Again, I am going to even my numbers out with my ducks, because I do think that is very important anyways, but I am going to even my numbers out. I know for a fact I have 2, it keeps going in and out. I know for a fact right now I have 2 drakes, and I have 3 confirmed females, and then I have the 4 little ones that the black cayugas should be female, and the blue Swedish, I either have a male and a female or 2 females. Either way, I'm still going to get numbers evened out. If we have a blue Swedish male and female, then I'm going to hatch out ducklings next year, keep some purebred, and also cross them with black cayuga, with the black cayugas, and do some cool, interesting crosses between them. And then the khaki Campbell crosses with pecan and rowan. But yeah, and we might end up getting another rowan and a black cayuga if we can find them at the same time. If we can't, we can't, but I would like to get another rowan and a black cayuga, because those are the ones that I've lost, and that was going to even out my numbers anyways. I'd rather not wait though, and if we do the hatching out method either by broody hen or, you guys keep going in and out, either by broody hen or me hatching them out in the incubator, which is going to be new to me, It should be fine though. I'm not gonna stress anything either way, but that would be nice to have. And then any males, we're probably gonna be processing them, as harsh as that sounds, but I'm not keeping a cross unless he is a beautiful cross. I don't see me keeping another Drake. I might keep another. I might do a group of males. Do a Cayuga, purebred blue Swedish, or do an interesting cross. But if, again, I'm not sure about that, keeping another male, but if I do, I do. Don't want to. I want my numbers to be pretty good all around and not have an issue with overbreeding, and I'll probably go on the higher side. I think I've read 3 to 5 females per Drake. I'll probably end up going on the 5 range for each one, so maybe 4. I might just do 4 and have 12 females. Again, I don't know. It all depends on what we have as males. If we only have those 2 as males, then I'm not gonna keep necessarily anything else. I might keep another female or 2, let them hatch out. Any females keep, any males not. But if that doesn't happen and all those other ones in there are female, then there's no reason to, in my eyes, there's no reason to keep them. But then again, plans might change when that actually does happen. But this has been quite a long video, but I want to go show you guys the duck pool, and then I'm going to end said video. I am going to put this up for you guys. That means going inside and watching YouTube on the computer. And it is overflowing. Perfect timing. It just overflows into the back, but they have fun, and they're still digging in it. Let me go turn this video off, or let me turn this video off, and let me go turn this water off as well. Thank you guys for being in. Thank you guys for watching it, if you've watched it all the way through. I know it's a long video. I know people don't have time for that, but thank you if you've watched all the way through, and comment what other videos you want me to do. And I'll see you guys in the next one.